A federal judge rules the Trump administration must restore the Associated Press's access to the Oval Office and Air Force One. U.S. District Court Judge Trevor McFadden, appointed by Trump during his first term, ordered the White House to allow the Associated Press into spaces made available to other members of the White House press pool. Earlier this year, the AP filed suit after its journalists were barred from covering events dealing with the president inside the Oval Office and Air Force One. The ban came after the Trump administration changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and the AP did not use that terminology in its reports. Here's what Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said about the situation.
Let me just set the record straight. It is a privilege to cover this White House. It's a privilege to be the White House press secretary. And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given. And there are hundreds of outlets on this campus, many of you in this room who don't have the privilege of being part of that pool every single day and getting to ask the President questions. We reserve the right to decide who gets to go into the Oval Office. And you all have credentials to be here, including the Associated Press, who is in this briefing room today.
In his order, Judge McFadden writes, the AP claims, and the court now finds, that the government has singled out the AP because of its refusal to update the Gulf's name in its style book, an influential writing and editing guide, adding, while the White House surely has a legitimate interest in maintaining a degree of control over media access to the White House complex, policy goals may never triumph over the Constitution. The judge made it clear that the Associated Press does not have permanent access to the Oval Office, the East Room, or Air Force One. That is all the court orders today, for the government to put the AP on an equal playing field as similarly situated outlets, despite the AP's use of disfavored terminology, McFadden wrote. The Associated Press responded to the ruling in a statement saying, today, a U.S. court ruled in favor of the Associated Press in our lawsuit against the government, affirming the fundamental American right to speak freely without government retaliation. We are gratified by the court's decision. We look forward to continuing to provide you and billions of people around the world with factual, nonpartisan, and independent coverage of the White House. The judge issued a preliminary injunction, which will expire April 13th if the Trump administration doesn't seek an emergency stay from a higher court. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Keenan. For more on this story, download the Straight Arrow News app or visit SAN.com.